Hey guys, it's Shauna with Homegrown Self-Reliance. So today is our first episode of our Self-Reliant Skills of the Week. Today I am making ghee. Ghee is basically clarified butter that's been simmered a little bit longer so that the milk proteins will almost caramelize. And it's really good stuff. It's used a lot in Indian cuisine. So I've got 2 sticks of unsalted butter here. I have cut them all up and I'm going to put them in my saucepan. Maybe that's a little too hot. A minute here, guys. I'm not in my normal kitchen. I'm not used to cooking on gas heat. Supposed to start it out on medium. But of course I started it before I put the butter in. So hold on just a moment. Let me fix this. Alright, so that was a little exciting. Yeah, it's a little smoky in here. So I guess no new skill is learned without a couple mistakes, right? So side note, don't start your pan first. Put the butter in the pan and then turn on the heat. So when it first starts out, you should have it on about medium to start to melt the butter. I guess an important thing to keep in mind on making ghee is you don't want to stir it. So we will just let this simmer and melt and do its thing here. Might still be a little too high. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. Alright, so after the butter is melted, you want to turn it down to medium-low. And come in here. You skim off this little bit of foam that comes to the top. It's actually the water that is present in all butter. So just skim it off a little bit. And you don't really have to take all of it off, but the majority is good. So if we wanted to stop at this point, that would be considered clarified butter. It's a little bit different. It's more used in French cuisine, and it has more of a sweeter taste. Where ghee has a more nutty flavor, and it brings out a really good richness to your food. Of course, you can buy this stuff, but I've seen it anywhere from about $10 to $20. Then you gotta pay shipping too, unless you can buy it at like your Whole Foods market or something like that. but not all of us live near a Whole Foods restaurant or Whole Foods store. And this is about $5 to make a whole pound. So it's economical to make your own. Some people say that ghee is actually healthier than butter. It's used in Ayurveda a lot. It's actually considered a superfood in Ayurveda. Ghee is also a very common cooking oil for the paleo diet. It consists of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. And those vitamins actually promote strong bones and good eyesight. Helps boost your immune system. And it can even aid weight loss. Studies have shown that ghee can help lower your bad cholesterol and increase good cholesterol. So it's a pretty heart-healthy fat. And it can also help balance your hormones, and maintain healthy cholesterol. So the process of making ghee actually raises the smoke point of it because it removes all the water and all the lactose. So it's actually a lot better for cooking because it doesn't allow it to produce the free radicals that can cause cell damage. And I'm sorry, just one moment here. Okay, sorry about that loud noise. Heater kicked on. Long story, but I'm not in my usual house right now, so bear with me. I'm trying to get you this video like I promised. So ghee is actually a good source of energy too. It contains medium and short chain fatty acids. And those short chain fatty acids are actually absorbed directly through the liver, and they're burned as energy instead of being stored as fat. And another fun fact, ghee actually contains lauric acid, which is a really strong antimicrobial and antifungal substance. So the milk solids actually go to the very bottom of the pan where they're actually sitting and becoming almost like a golden brown color. That's actually the lactose. So this process removes the lactose. So it's really good for lactose intolerant people. It's much easier for them to digest it. So I think I need to do some more skimming here. A little more foam on top. Well, it's almost getting there. It's getting pretty close. When it actually turns from clarified butter into ghee, it turns more of a golden color. And it actually smells almost like a pastry. Some people say like a croissant. This is my first attempt at this, so it's going okay so far, besides the little smoke incident. But we're getting there. It's actually pretty easy. Yeah, you don't want to ever stir it. You just wait for those proteins on the bottom to start to turn more of a golden brown. Let's give it a little, I'm going to look at it a little bit here. Okay, so those milk proteins are sitting right at the bottom there. And we just want to get them almost caramelized. This whole process is supposed to take about 20 minutes or so. I think we're sitting right about 14 right now. I'm going to check back here in just a minute. Hang tight. Alright, so we are in the very end stages here. This is our lovely golden brown ghee. As you can see, I've skimmed most of the foam off of it. And once it reaches this point, it gets dark really quickly. So we're going to turn off the heat. Hope you can see the color. I apologize, the lighting's horrible in here. But we want to let it cool down a little bit. Then we're going to put it into a jar. So now we wait again. Okay, so now our ghee has cooled down. And see if I can get a good picture of it here. So we're going to strain this into our jar. And I was going to use a coffee filter, but I remember during my time of milking cows that a coffee filter just doesn't work very good, so I'm just going to do paper towels. So let's see how this goes here. It's going pretty slow, but it is going. Put this aside for just a minute and watch it drain. See that nice golden color? That's what we're looking for. Yeah, kind of what I thought. It's going to take a little bit to get it to strain. But I think that's the only way to get those small particles out of the ghee. Add a little more here. By the way, it smells lovely in here. It really does smell like a croissant. It's kind of making me want to go buy one. So you can see all the fine particles in here. That's what we don't want in the ghee. That's the milk proteins that have been browned. We'll let this strain for a couple minutes. Okay, so this is the result of our ghee experiment. Took a little bit of time straining that, but that's what the residue looks like. That's just the browned milk proteins that had settled at the bottom. So once I put a lid on this, it'll actually pretty much solidify, and it will be good on the shelf for about 3 months. So it's shelf stable. If I want to keep it longer, it can be in the fridge for up to about a year, or you can freeze it for a really long time. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make ghee. Maybe you'll try it sometime. Tell me what you think. I'll leave a link in the description of my post that talks more about ghee. You can go check it out for more info. And be sure and like and subscribe. I will see you guys next week.